Mr. Smith.
What's up? What's good? What's happening? Welcome to the King M.E show. I'm one half of this thing, King.
Hey y'all, it's me, Michelle. How y'all doing?
We here at the King M.E show attempt to offer a real outlook on a healthy relationship, real being relatable. Don't set that there.
Entertaining
Accountable.
and loving.
I just didn't want the show to end.
How did I put that there?
Because one of those buttons could be a hotkey for end the stream. But we are in a new month. We are in April. I don't know what that was that I just said.
I don't know what it was either, and it totally threw me off because I was supposed to show y'all the picture first.
Damn, let's flip it over. All right. So now that we've gotten into a new month, we just passed Easter Sunday here. Let's see what we have here. I'm looking at so much love, enjoying the little things in life. And I see pictures of me and you and me, you, and Castle all together. So I'm assuming that this is various locations and things throughout April of 2025.
So yeah, the mustard shirt when I got my mustard, but it was specifically talking about, it was a biblical scripture. And then when we went to see Kev on stage.
That's right. We did go see Kev on stage. All three of us. Yes.
And then we got new merch this time last year. That's my sweatshirt that says the train is moving this way. And then this was when we went to meet your two battle buddies, so Brooklyn and Stacy.
Yeah.
So that was April of last year.
Wow, time flies.
I know.
Do you though? December to May? Does time fly?
Yes.
Little inside jokey joke between my lovely lady and I. How was y'all's Easter? What did y'all do? I'll tell you what we did. As a matter of fact, you're better at describing stuff. Tell the people what we did.
So we went on a weekend getaway to a cabin, and it was absolutely beautiful. Thank you to the Boulder Crest Foundation for providing opportunities for combat veterans to be able to relax, retreat, and just become reunited with themselves once again. So this is a therapeutic opportunity, but it also offers cabins that you can visit and stay at for 2 to 7 days with your family. It's a fully furnished 3-bedroom, 2-bath cabin with fireplace and everything like that. Games, like it comes fully stocked with all the things. So this was us playing Monopoly. Actually, I think the better description would be this is me losing severely in Monopoly and losing severely in Monopoly and having to go bankrupt. But it's okay because notice how we didn't get any pictures of me spanking his behind in Uno.
I don't know what it is about Uno. I cannot be her. It's like 1 out of 10 hands. I don't get it, and I'm trying.
Yes, he tries and fails miserably every time. So I'm going to give him his little Monopoly win. And it wasn't little. It really was. Like, it was embarrassing. He got them hotels over there, and like I was done. I have never had to mortgage properties before. I didn't even know how to mortgage a property because like I had never gotten there before. It was quite embarrassing. But it was such an amazing time just being there away from everything, away from the hustle and bustle of life, in a place that had kind of little to no reception, and being able to wake up in the morning and see the sun rising in the horizon, and then have legs. And I think there was a rooster that kept waking us up. We also saw these beautiful red northern cardinals that kept flying into the glass windows
Yeah,
because
he
bless
just
their heart, it was like it was the same one.
well that particular one I think just wanted to come in and holler at us
It
real
just
quick.
wanted to come holler at us, and I'm like, I love the color red, but we gonna have to pause with that. We just gonna have to pause with that. And it was so nice. It was an amazing, restful weekend. I just got to cater to my man and spend time with my man. It was just the two of us, and it was absolutely beautiful. The next time we go, however, we definitely do want to go with a another couple who can, match our vibes, and we can have a wonderful time together in the cabin. So, what did y'all do for Easter?
Shout out to, again, that's Boulder Crest Foundation. If you
Mm-hmm.
Google it, you can find them. For those veterans out there, I highly advise you take a look at what Boulder Crest offers. There are
Yes.
several nonprofits out there that does amazing things for different categories of vets.
Mm-hmm.
So if you qualify from going to go and checking out their programs or different things that several of the nonprofits out there offer, use those things. A lot of these nonprofits and people that support them do some amazing things for our nation's vets. I don't just use the nonprofits that are out there for vets. I give my time, which is one of the best resources that really anybody can have
Yeah.
outside of money,
Mm-hmm.
and volunteer for a lot of these same nonprofits as well to help their mission and what they do. Shout out to Paul Bennett. Paul is in the building. He said, Monopoly stresses relationships.
Look,
It can.
it can,
It can.
but Uno was the real stressor of them all. Also, shout out to Jay Strickland. I'm not sure where he was commenting from, but he did make a reference to combat veterans. So, shout out to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all, let's go ahead and get into this here episode. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button from wherever you're listening. Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks, Jay.
Jay went ahead and he's on Facebook. He went ahead and he put the link to Boulder Crest on there. Jay, if you yourself have not tapped into Boulder Crest, please make sure as you're sharing that you also go and check out their information and get signed up with them as well.
Today's episode,
Today's episode.
it's about the talking stage. Our channel and our live stream is about dating, relationships, and things like that. And for the most part, being in a relationship involves communication, but several people get the talking stage wrong and mess this up. They don't know how to get through the talking phase of a relationship. So we figure we take time to kind of dive into it, talk about it from how we see it, and see if we can help people navigate the talking phase.
Okay.
But before we get into it, we've got a video. Let's get us off the stream and take a look at this video as an example of what a lot of people experience in the talking stage.
Whose driving is that? His Grace the King's.
All right, so that's this guy showcasing what the talking stage is. And it started with him reaching out to somebody early in the morning,
Yeah.
asking how they're doing, and then checking his phone throughout the day to see if they're going to respond. Let's get personal. When you've gone into the talking stage with somebody that you had butterflies for, did you sit and wait by the phone to see when they would respond back to you?
First of all, let's get one thing straight. I think the only person I ever had butterflies for was you. And that's not like a pimp game line or anything. I think it's true. But have there been people in the past where like I sat and waited by the phone to see when they're going to text and everything like that? I surely have. Sometimes I still do that with you. I wait to see, like, when you're going to have a busy day, like, oh, is he going to hit me back? Am I going to send him a cute little gift and see what his response will be if he responds to it? So, yeah.
Okay. Trying to see if I can organize this. Um, I've been a victim of that. And what I mean by that is this: what that guy did in that video that we played, put the message out, but don't sit there and wait for that person to respond back. You go and live your life.
I mean, living his life, he was cleaning, like he was organizing. That's a life to live.
Yeah, but not when you sitting here going, and you know in the back of their head that the moment that that thing blings, they're gonna stop what they're doing and see what this person has to say. When you're going through the talking stage, you do not do that. And there are a couple of things that occurred here that we reached out to, and we asked people around various age groups what the talking stage was for them.
Yeah.
And this video displayed that through and through.
Exactly, 100%. What I will say is this: for the men that I have dated prior to you, there was a lack of communication. And that's a thing for me. I am someone who deeply values effective communication, and not to say that it has to be constant, but that it has to be a point. Like if I'm going to text you about something or reach out to you about something, I don't want you to hit me up hours later and be like WYD. Like, first of all, WYD pisses me off to the highest extent. As an educated person, WYD just pisses me off.
For our international viewers, what is WYD?
What you doing? Not what are you doing? What are you up to or anything like that. It's what you doing. That pisses me off to the highest extent. The next thing that pisses me off is HRU. How are you? Hate it with a passion. Hate it with a passion. I don't like text lingo. Like when I text someone, I text as though I'm having a conversation, and I don't speak like that. I speak as though I'm someone who's educated. Sometimes I may code switch here and there, but I expect to get responses like that. So typically, whenever I would get a message at any point of the talking stage from a guy and he hit me with the WID, I knew it wasn't going to work out. And not because I was instantly going to write that guy off, but because there were only certain types of men who would send me a WID text in the first place. And as soon as I got that text, I knew, oh, bet he's about to be this type of guy. It's not going to go anywhere.
Okay. Shout out to Wayne Adderton's in the building. Said, talk to you later. Hey, Wayne, I appreciate you popping in. Thanks for the comments. By the way, we're streaming across multiple platforms. Let's get the marketing out the way.
Yeah, go ahead.
Perry Productions, WTF Nation Radio, The King M.E Show. We are live streaming across all of those platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, X, Facebook. Not sure if I said that one already.
You probably did.
If there's a like button on that platform, do us a favor. Mash the like button.
Thank you.
That helps us out on the algorithms and get us out there. We also are in partnership with Creation Stations. Shout out to them. And if you have not already signed up for our newsletter where we do exclusive giveaways, go to thekingandmeshow.com. Link is in the description. Somewhere on our website is sign up for our newsletter. Put in a legible email address that you can actually receive emails to and be alerted for when we do giveaways and things like that from our newsletter.
Yep. Awesome. And then, following us, because we are on WTF Nation Radio, following us, there will be the Monday edition. So if that's what you tuned in a little bit early for, you can stay, catch a good vibe with us, and then stick around for 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with, who's it, Ice?
Ice, yep.
Ice, baby.
Ice, and Ice is going to have a guest on tonight.
Ooh, who's the guest?
And
Guess you got to come in at 8 o'clock to find out.
boom, there you go.
All right, awesome. So we're the dating show. We come and we talk about dating and all things related to that. But yeah, like talking, I don't know, it's such a gray area. And maybe it's because, I'm almost 40 that it looks different to me, which is why I'm so glad we did reach out to Gen Z people to find out like what the talking phase looks like for them. You want to go into that, or how do you want to do this?
Yeah. Well, let's kind of set the foundation.
Okay.
What is the talking stage?
So talking means you're not dating, and this answer even varied when we talk to the people that we talk to. It's you're in that phase where you're getting to know someone new. You are kind of introducing yourself, finding out more about that person, seeing if this is someone that you could even consider dating in the future or long term or anything like that. This is that time period where you're deciding which bucket this person is going to go into. Are they going to go into a situationship? Are they going to go into the relationship bucket? Are they going to go into the just a friend, like nothing else but just a friend? Or are they going to go into hell no, I ain't never speaking to you again bucket? The talking stage helps you determine where that person is going to go.
How long should the talking phase last?
In my opinion, it depends. If you are the person who was only talking to one person at a time, I think the talking phase should be fairly brief. You should be because you want to, if you're exclusive and you only believe in talking to one person at a time, then you may want to move through these people quickly or not move through them quickly at all. So you do want it to be like a little brief amount of time. If you're someone who is all right with like juggling multiple balls at one time, then you
You didn't
all
mean it
pun
that way,
intended.
but
If you were someone who's okay with that, then you may be fine with having a longer talking stage because you're not exclusive. So you're talking to Tom, Dick, and Harry, and you're talking to Terry, Anita, and Bonnie all at the same time, and you're totally okay with that. So it doesn't matter to you how long each individual one lasts because you have multiple people to fall back on.
I'm with you. I think it depends on where you're at in life. So if you're in college, you're that 18 to 25. So some of the people that we polled earlier today, it depends on like what you have time for. Are you that student that you're just doing classes and that's it, that you're not working or you don't have any extracurricular activities? Are you that student that wants to be social and wants to be in the mix and you want to be free to just see and be with whoever you want to be? Are you somebody that while you're trying to get your BA, you're also trying to get your MRS degree? Like, I think it depends on the phases and what you're doing in life and how much time you have for dating, essentially. And I'm gonna do dating in air quotes.
Am I the only woman who did not go to college in search of her MRS degree? Like that wasn't even a thought to me when I was enrolling in college.
Paul said that my wife and I were pre-texting phase, so we missed a lot of the texting lingo.
You ain't missed not a single thing. Let me tell you, this thing evolves all the time. I just go and I find posts on Instagram of like what the new lingo is so that I can keep up and be made abreast of like what's happening. But it's ridiculous. But WYD is what, and it really does, and I'm not trying to stereotype, you know me. WYD, it's typically man texting a woman, like
Oh yes, I agree.
WYD, and
I agree.
you know that short thing, and it's something that normally comes out around like the booty call hours, like what you doing?
Wayne said Ice needs iced tea on the show. He was in the army. There are a lot of veterans out there that we would love to have on the show, like Gary Owen. Gary Owen was an
That
Air
would be
Force vet.
nice.
I would love to have a conversation with him. Hey Gary, what up though? All right. So we've talked about what the talking stage is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about some of the common reasons why the talking stage fails. I think that here's where we have to maybe get into different age groups because I think that youngins don't know what they're doing.
I agree.
Period.
So you just missed what Paul said. Paul said, where is that chat? Paul said talking phase is a bit of a gray area. If I met you and you said you were talking with someone, that to him would mean that you were taken. And when I hear that, like, oh, I'm talking to XYZ, I interpret it as you are not
Ooh,
available.
okay. So then does talking means that you're off the market, which is what you just said?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you
To me,
interpreted.
that's what I would say. That's what Paul's saying.
Paul
He was
thinks the
saying.
same thing.
I would. That's how I
Ooh,
interpret it.
I don't.
Really?
I don't. I think
Okay.
that, remember very early on, you asked me, is there somebody, like when things were looking to get more serious between us, and
When
we
we
were
were
looking at
talking.
defining things,
Yeah.
you asked, is there somebody out there that thinks in their mind that
You're in a
you're
relationship.
exclusive to
Yeah,
them, or
yeah.
something like that? But it was the way that you worded it that made me chuckle.
I think it was something along the lines of, is there someone out there who would feel some type of way if you and I got together?
Yes, yes, and
And there were two somebodies.
and there were two somebodies, and I had to very clearly, when I decided that, all right, I'm gonna have this thing be exclusive, that moved us, because we were in, how long were we in a quote
2
unquote
months.
talking stage? 2 months. Wow, you said that quick. You
I
knew
got
the
them
answer.
dates. I got them dates.
So I don't think that when you're in that talking stage with somebody, that means that you're off the market. I disagree with that. I think that you can, if you got the capacity, you can juggle multiple things with people, but then it's when you decide to make something exclusive that you're then past the talking stage.
And see, for me, when I think of talking stage, I think of it has to be a mutual decision that it's going to be exclusive. Because when I asked you that question and you said that there were two people you needed to talk to, I told you that there were two people that I needed to have communication with. One, because I guess he could have interpreted the the way that he and I were communicating. He could have interpreted that as like we were making steps towards going somewhere. But in my mind at that time, that particular guy, he was just someone fun to like flirt with, but I never saw it going anywhere, specifically because his mode of communication did not match my mode of communication. Like he did not, I did not feel intellectually satisfied conversing with him. So I knew it wasn't going to progress anywhere. And then the other person has been a King be like, I don't see a ring on your finger. I don't see no ring, so you ain't taking. The other person that I was kind of
Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
that.
much. The other person that I was kind of talking to was a friend of mine. He and I had been friends for over 20 years, and we always ended up back in the same place, and it never progressed anywhere. And that didn't mean that like I didn't have feelings for him or anything like that, but it just time has shown that over 20 some odd years, it just wasn't going to go anywhere with us. But to both of them, when you and I decided to become exclusive and to pursue a relationship, I went and I had a conversation with both of them to let it be known, like, hey, sis is off the market. Like, I got me a boo thing.
Yep. And that's exactly what I ended up doing. Now, what was kind of funny was you asking me prompted me to really think about, because you know how I am, but it prompted me to think about, well, what would the other person think? So then that's when I go, oh yeah, I do have to have a conversation with these people in particular, because one of the reasons why the talking stage fails with some people, it's like that clear expectations on like what this is and what you're seeking.
Yeah.
Later on in the show, we are going to talk about how it looks around different age groups, but stuff that's common among the age groups, it doesn't matter what age bracket you fall in, are not really putting out any effort, which we got feedback on that we are going to share. That inconsistent, that is a word, inconsistent communication, where like in that video, you talk to somebody and then 5 hours later they hit you with maybe 5 words.
Yeah, no,
No,
I
like
can't
no
do that.
follow up, no
I can't do that.
nothing.
No.
No, hey, I was at work. Thanks for thinking of me. How's your day going? Like nothing like that. It's just 5 hours, maybe 3 words. Then you hit them with something. three
Mm-mm.
hours, and then maybe they send you 5 words. Like that's not gonna go anywhere. But people still put effort into that. And I will never understand it. That's one thing I can raise my hand and say I never did. If you were cold on me, I was cold on you instantly and never went back to double back on that. Partly because of something that I'm going to talk about later. It was just having that abundance mindset of you're not the only one out there for me
And
to try to give my time to.
so I agree with you. And what I noticed is that if someone was always texting and we could never schedule like an actual date, we could never go out or do any of those things, I'm like, all right, well, then you just going to stay like in my figuratively speaking inbox. Like, I'm not going to waste my time with you. I'm going to go out and I'm going to be with other people. And to be very brutally honest, that's how there was room for you to come in. Because the one guy, like, it was always texting, like nothing was happening. There was no progress or anything like that. Could never meet up, was always busy. And then on the flip side, I also didn't like the way, like, the conversations themselves. I was just like, it's nothing. It's nothing happening. It was someone I was communicating with. And that's why I wanted to be respectful of him, like when you and I did make it official. But like, mm-mm. If you can't make time for me, like, that is one of my love languages. Quality time is one of my love languages. If you cannot make time for me, guess what, honey? I will never have time for you. Never, ever, ever.
Shout out to, I hope I say your name right, Mouse. Mouse is in the building. Said good evening and
Good
howdy. Hey, good
evening.
evening. Appreciate you tuning in. Wayne Edgerton said, "True love can be like a roller coaster sometimes." It can be. I don't think it should be.
Yeah, I will agree with you. It can be, but it shouldn't be.
And the reason why that roller coaster happens, it to me, it always goes back to communication.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Lack thereof.
Everything. Lack thereof, mismatched communication, not having an understanding. Sometimes it could be one, you can have one person who is clear about what they're saying, and the other person just for some reason has wax in their ears and don't want to listen. But it always goes back to communication. We also got Tarika said, "Hey Queen, how you doing? How you
I'm
doing?"
doing well. Thank you. How are you?
Also asked who won in Monopoly. Your boy did.
But I got you in Uno. Like, don't say that you won Monopoly without the dot dot dot. But she beat me in Monopoly. I'm sorry, in Uno.
Ah, yes. Now, are there anything else that we might have missed that are like those reasons that the talking stage fail? Like that's common amongst the age groups before we go to the next segment.
No, I think the biggest thing is that despite its name, communication fails, and that's why it fails.
Bars.
You know me, like every once in a while, I gotta drop a little golden nugget right there.
All right. So, this is where we're going to have a little bit of fun with
Okay.
the different age groups.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of our viewers are closer to 35 to 45.
Mm-hmm.
We do have some that skew older. We do have some that skew younger. I think that the talking stage is different depending on what age group you in. And I also think that it's fascinating if you in one of them 35 to 45 age groups and you trying to talk to one of them young tenderonis in that 18 to 25-year-old age group, which I did. Have you gone older or younger by more than 15 years, and which way?
Older.
Okay.
So older by 21.
Okay.
Younger by 11.
All right. I did older by 9. It wasn't quite a decade. And then younger, I'd have to do the math. They were 20.
Carry the one.
They were 22 and I was 36, 37.
So 14.
About 14 years?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yes, 14.
You dated a baby?
Hey,
That sounded horrible. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. You dated someone who was very young,
over the age of
over
18.
the age of 18.
Yeah, we went on we went on a few dates.
I'm sorry. For clarification, I believe that anyone under, like, I'm about to be 40, Lord willing, in 5 months. So anyone under the age of 30 is, in my definition, a baby. Anyone under the age of 30.
Wayne said this. Sadly, my ex passed away a while back. It still kills me. We were like the same
Oh, I'm
soul.
so sorry.
You know what? Let's pause right here.
Okay.
That statement right there, you know, it actually terrifies me. It terrifies me to be so connected to somebody and then you lose that person and then it's like, what next?
That's how I feel every single day. Every day. Like, I'm gonna be honest. That is how I feel. Minus the X part, that is how I feel every single day with you. Like, I'm not sure if you remember, I think it was a year or two ago. I had called one of your cell phones and you didn't answer. And I had called like 2 times and you didn't answer. This was before the ICD. You didn't answer and I couldn't get in touch with you. And I started freaking out and like I'm calling your friends to see if anyone had spoken to you and if anyone could get in touch with you because I couldn't get in touch with you. And then it turns out you had sent me a message on Messenger from like another phone during the time when I was trying to call you. So it turns out you were alive and well, but like I was freaking out. It terrifies me to no end, beyond words, to be so deeply connected to you and the thought of something, God forbid, happening to you. It terrifies me to no end.
Wayne said that I'm in therapy now. It helps, but sometimes I really cry over the most simple things. It's crazy. You
I'm so
know,
sorry.
um, that's something that you are feeling and that it is really hard to imagine, man. But thanks for sharing that.
Yes.
You know, thanks for sharing that. That's there are other people out there that are in the same boat as you, and just you sharing that and writing that can show other people that it's not just them that's going through something like that. So I appreciate you putting that out there.
Thank you.
Now, we were going to talk about the different age groups, but Paul asked a question here. Do y'all approve of age gap dating? Yes, easily.
We do. Yes. I will say that sometimes I think it's just me because the one who was 21 years older than me, on paper, it seemed like everything was going to be okay, but it wasn't. He was still very immature. I think that there are certain things that you have to adjust to with age gap dating. For example, the guy that I was talking to that was 21 years older than me had not one but two children who were around my age. Like one who may have been like a year older than me and one who was like my age. So that was something that I was going to have to mentally adjust to. If you were the younger person in an age gap relation, well, either person, you have to adjust to the fact that the person that you were dating can have a relative who is around your age, and you have to be able to adjust to how that makes you feel. If you're the younger one, that person could have a child that's your age. How do you feel about dating that? If you're the older one, the other person could have a parent who is your age or a parent who is younger than you. How are you going to feel about that? Like you have to take those things into consideration. But other than that, I think it can work. I think there shouldn't be constant conversations of, oh, you're so young, or this was way before your time. Like I think you can't have those jokes in an age gap relationship because once or twice it's funny, but all the time it's offensive. But other than that, yes, I think it can work.
Mm-hmm. I know personally two couples, one you and I just met, that have a pretty sizable age gap relationship, and those two are peas in a pod. One guy's my age, and his significant other
It's in her
is
20s.
in her 20s, and they are a beautiful soul together.
Yeah.
Um, Shout out to them. We also just watched Age of Attractions.
Oh, yeah, Age of Attraction on Netflix. That was interesting. So, yeah.
Age of Attraction on Netflix is a show that is a premise. Well, the whole premise is based on, can you meet people where you don't know their age
Mm-hmm.
and try to spark love or a relationship there? And the only time you're not able to ask them what their age is until you get into this promise room or
The
something like
Promise
that,
Room, yeah.
where you decide, okay, hey, look, I like you, you like me, let's do this thing in real life. Oh, by the way, how old are you?
Yeah. And I'm for age gap relationships. I'm for them. I think they can work, but it really requires both people to be on the same page about absolutely everything. And again, it comes right back to effective communication.
Yep. Now, let's look at the talking stage by age. And this is where we went and we asked some people and got some real world information that we are going to share with y'all as well. So, the first group here, that 18 to 25, you just graduated high school, you are in college, and Michelle and I know a lot of people in that age range.
Yes.
And one of the people that we asked, where we asked, hey, what's the talking stage like for people in your realm? So one 20-year-old female responded and said, the talking stage is awful, and it's really just dating. Like, you text all the time and go on dates, but you're not official, which means you both can see other people. However, some people have exclusive talking stages when you're both only seeing each other. It moves from out of the talking stage when someone asks you to be their boyfriend or their girlfriend. Many people stay in the talking stage for months. Oh, no. No, no, no. It's a way to get all of the benefits of a relationship
Mm-hmm.
without actually committing yourself to one. So a lot of people like that. A talking stage can also happen without any dates involved. So you're texting with someone and you're both interested in each other, then it would be considered talking. Then it would also be considered talking. So that was one input from one 20-year-old female. Another 21-year-old female said the following. The talking stage for me is when you get to know a person and decide if you really want to continue a more serious relationship with them. I personally think if you're in the talking stage, you should only be with that one person to see how the relationship can grow.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that people in my generation care more about sexual stuff and getting with more people than forming actual connections. And talking stage to others is more of seeing who they would want to be with, but talking to multiple people at once. I guess talking is more of like the texting and phone calls, but also in person, but mainly texting. I think mostly the talking stage starts on social media, but going to messages once they talk more.
Yeah.
So that's that younger crowd. Now, I also did call, should I say who?
No, just
Okay.
someone
I
in the
called
age
another person who is about to be 21 and
22.
22.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm getting old.
Mm-hmm.
And this particular person, I had asked about the talking stage. It was very similar to what the other two people said. And then I said, what are some bad things that you see around the talking stage? And this person very clearly spelled out inconsistent communication
Yeah.
and basically being hot and cold, which is what we had talked about earlier. Now, Paul asked a question
Paul asked the question.
and made it personal. If your daughter came home with a 30-year-old man, am I good with that? So, my daughter's a freshman in college,
Almost 19.
almost 19. And if she came home with somebody that was
11 years older.
11 years older than her, I wouldn't have an issue.
I wouldn't have an issue. However, I would like their lived experience to be similar. Like, I realize I don't have a say in that.
That would be difficult, though.
Not necessarily. So, what I mean is, if he's already a parent, has been divorced, has already like traveled the world, seen a whole bunch of things, like that's a lot more experience than our daughter has had. And that can feel like unequally yoked because she hasn't done any of those things. So here he is ready to settle down and continue on with his family and have a successful family, whereas our daughter is just getting her feet wet, for lack of a better term, and trying to explore the world. They would be unequally yoked in that situation. However, if he is a 30-year-old just coming back from serving the country, no kids, and decided to enroll himself in college, so now he's kind of starting over and they're kind of on level playing fields with that. So he is also just learning how to build his life. They're kind of more closely compatible than a 30-year-old who's already been in his career for 5 years, been divorced for 2 years, has a kid, and everything. Like, those are two different 30-year-old men that would be coming home to coming home to her.
Okay. All right. I see what you're saying there. Now, granted, but I've always said that whatever my kid does, I would just I'm never going to tell her what to do, but I definitely would love to offer her some guidance. And I agree with you on that one. A 30-year-old man that has been married and divorced and maybe has one or two kids, I would ask her, what does she see in that? Like walk me through 5 years of being with this person. What do you gain from this?
Right. So, like, that's all that I'm saying. So I'm saying that there can be, at every age, there can be two different types of people. There can be that person who is extremely far ahead in comparison to you and makes that age gap feel significantly larger. And then that person who, for whatever reason, is on par with you and kind of lessens that age gap. So, yeah, I feel like 30 would be okay if experience wise they were similar in paths.
Wayne over on WTF Nation Radio said that he's talked to somebody where he was 10 years older and that there was a energy that the person brought, and that I kept feeling worn out all the time.
Ooh.
Plus, I had a crazy job. That was my thing with the two people that I talked to that was younger. One, it didn't work out. She flat out said that she felt as though our experiences were different and that
That's
I
what I'm
had done
saying.
and that I had done a lot more, which was funny because I tried not to lie to this person, but I also wanted to be honest because I'm like, look, I'm just gonna be honest about who I am and what I've done. So when you ask me how many countries you've been to, or what some of the coolest things that you've done, and I share that, I was like, oh wow, like I've barely left the state of Maryland and you've done this and that and has seen the world. Like I don't think that really there isn't anything there. I'm like, but you reached out to me.
But so that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like Castle would be the same way. That, like, based on experiences, there could be a 30-year-old that she's would say has had too much and that she wouldn't feel like she'd be comfortable with. Whereas there could be a 30-year-old where she would feel like she was comfortable with. We have some comments.
Joseph said, ever hear of the expression old soul? In most cases, it's a compliment. And that wisdom, from Wayne said, wisdom can't be taught.
So Wisdom also said that, I'm sorry, Wisdom. Wayne also said that he is almost 47 years old and that he looks at 20 and 30-year-olds like they're kids. Don't get me wrong. So remember I said I was talking to someone who was 11 years younger than me?
Yes.
We were kind of in a similar place. Like, I was starting over career-wise. I don't have any kids. I've never been married. So I kind of was on par with what he was doing. Were there still some things that were, like, really immature that, like, I wouldn't have been able to deal with? Yeah. Now at this age, I could never see me dating someone that much younger than me, because I dated someone who was 3 years younger than me. And there were times, and I know it, God forgive me, there were times in our relationship where I talked down to him because he was 3 years younger than me. And those 3 years meant a lot to me. Those 3 years were like everything. I'm sorry.
I'm almost that, but older than you.
I know, honey, but you're so wise and so handsome too.
Have I ever? I mean, but we're joking people. Like I've joked about the age gap, and we don't have an age gap.
Yeah, it's
But
just
like
2 years.
but like I'll be like, oh, you're such a youngin.
I don't take offense to that.
Okay.
I don't take offense to that. But for the woman being older than the man, it's different when you talk down to someone because of their age. And in the moment when I was dating him, I didn't perceive it as doing something wrong. But then after we broke up, I was like, ugh, that even that gave me the ick. Like that was horrible to talk to him like that.
Paul gave a comment that we are going to come back to when we get to that age group.
Mhm.
So from 18 to 25, we pretty much think, and I think you and I are on the same page about this. You're exploring who you are.
Right. You're still learning.
And one of the common things that we heard from the young people that we talked to is like, I thought that their answers were great,
Mm-hmm.
but yet they're still trying to figure out themselves.
Exactly.
And when you can figure out who you are, that helps you then weed out the pool of people that you're out there trying to match with.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that next age group, I think if you group it 26 to, let's say, 35,
Okay.
that's when you're post school, post military service. You're beyond the entry level if you've been working out there in the workforce. You haven't quite nailed out wealth for yourself. If you stayed away from relationships in the younger 20s and you've built, then you likely have some wealth. You might have made some mistakes along the way, but you have a better sense of who you are. And that's when you're really transitioning into maybe wanting to get out of that. All right, I've had my fun, so to speak. And I hate this. I don't like the word settle down. Let me find someone to build with.
Oh,
I
okay.
hate settling down. To anybody out there, do not ever say that you're settling down when you're in a relationship. I'm not settling down with this person here. No, 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 no,
So
no.
I think you just don't like the word settle.
Because it's stupid.
The word settle is stupid?
Yes.
Okay.
It is anything settling is stupid.
Okay.
It starts with S's. But those in that 26 to 35-year-old, when you're in the talking stage around that group, you have more of an idea of what you like and who you are. And you don't spend much time in the talking stage. It's not a month when you're in the talking stage.
Right.
Your time, you have a better idea of your time being valuable. So you're going to want to move things accordingly based on however you perceive your time.
Okay.
Now, when you get to 36 plus, and it doesn't matter what your gender is, man or woman, you get like, this is the supreme, I know how much time I got.
Exactly.
And I ain't about to play around with it.
We done been to a couple funerals. Like we done been to a couple weddings. We done been to a couple baby showers. We know what time we're on. We are ready we ain't got no time for games. Joseph said, I'll say it like this. If I'm my age messing around with someone 23 and a half, I'm still twice as old as that person. Blah. That's just not right.
Hey.
I ain't mad at you. Like, again, I'm about to be 40. The thought of me being with someone who was 20 years old, like, my dude, like, what?
It's just, it'll be exhausting. It'll be like, but not in a bad way.
I look at it like, and please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. I could date a 20-year-old if the 20-year-old had the mentality of like
that old soul.
So we're talking about like MLK is dwelling in you, or Malcolm X is dwelling in you, or the ambition of Mark Zuckerberg, or the ambition of like Elon Musk. Not the money, but the ambition. So like you already are working in the thing that is your career. And all four of the people that I named at 20, they were already in the field that they are known for today. And that stands out to me. Like, are you already doing that? That's the only way I could consider it. If you are a 20-year-old and very, very respectfully, I say this. If you're a 20-year-old sitting in someone's college course right now, there is nothing you can do for me.
Well, I can think of.
Let me clutch my pearls, okay? Because what?
Now, Paul said earlier, going into the age group of 36 plus. Let me go find it. I think that the talking phase for 50 plus is much more serious because older people don't have time or patience for trifling people.
That part.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes with live experiences. Like, you got, like, look, at 40, I got a person that I'm responsible for.
Mm-hmm.
FICA, state taxes,
That extra $25 that come out for that. I got a
Social Security,
401k. I got a pension. No, wait, I don't have a 401k. You have a 401k. I have a 403b. I got a pension. Like, I got all that stuff. I got things to think about.
Ain't nobody got
Ain't nobody
time
got time for
to
no
be messing
foolishness.
around
No.
over the age of 36. But I wanted to come back to that because that was one of the age groups that we had. Is essentially 36 plus. You know for sure you've got assets at this point.
Right.
At least you should. And
You got assets and no patience.
100%. Now, wow.
Yeah, this time flew by.
It is time to wrap up. So let's see. We had a lot of other stuff that we could have got into. But let's end it with this. If you want to successfully navigate the talking stage, I would say know what you want. If what you want is, hi, my name is King. I'm a college student right now and I'm trying to have fun. Make that known and let the other person know what it is and what type of time that you're on, and allow them to make an informed decision on if they want to give you the time of day or not. A lot of people lie, and it don't matter what age group that you're in. A lot of people lie during the talking stage because they have a fish on the hook and they don't want that fish to wriggle off the hook.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where people in the talking stage, they'll be nonchalant, they'll play games. What else have I seen? I've been ghosted just to have somebody circle back around. I got ghosted. I got dismissed. Only to have this person see me in person and try to circle back like, oh, okay, hey, I like what I see. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I diplomatically made it. I think I lied and said that I had gotten with somebody and was off the mark. But I didn't have the heart to tell this person who I was not attracted to that no. Like, not only no, but hell no.
I got ghosted by the guy who was 21 years older than me. He like fell off. But like, honestly, I think he had a lot of narcissistic tendencies. Like, every single word that we use today, gaslighting, narcissistic tendencies, all of those things, 100% fully think that was him. Plus, I think he was lying about a whole lot of things. So when he ghosted me, I didn't feel any type of way. But when homeboy came back, I was like, my dude, no. Like, I need you to understand, I may be single, but I'm not desperate. Like, that's what we're not going to do, is try to think of me as a double back situation.
Joseph had a comment. I don't know why it's showing. Wayne Edgerton had a joke, but Joseph said, full disclosure from the beginning. Yes, I agree. I'm big on that. I've always been that way, but I've also seen some of my homies, they play the games. They don't have that full disclosure up front, and I don't support that. I've never supported that.
Okay.
And I've even told them, hey, y'all just be straight up, because them hurting people is what then puts poison back out on the market for other people. And it's this bad cyclical thing that keeps occurring, that only a small amount of people dies because they got more sense.
Right.
This has been another episode of the King and Me Show.
Yes, it has.
We got there. Somebody initially thought that we weren't going to be able to have enough to talk about with this. And I'm like, no, I think we can go. But part of what helps this show be engaging is the viewers.
Viewers like you.
The comment section was litty.
We love it
today, and we absolutely Love it. Now we have a couple of more months left in April. We're going to be live for.
We got a couple more months left in April.
We got a couple of more weeks left in April, and we're going to be live each of those months. Are we going to go live
Each of those weeks?
each
Yes.
of those weeks? Are we going to go live after in that first one in May?
So if you don't already know, King and I are officially moving in together in May, and we don't know if we're going to be live on that first episode, on that first Monday. We know that there will be a show out. We don't know if it'll be live.
Okay.
We shall see.
All right. Well, hey, thank y'all for tuning in. For those of y'all that are tuning in on WTF Nation Radio, stay tuned as Ice is going to be live. He's going to have a special guest coming on as well. So
and this is a good guest, y'all. Y'all really should tune in.
The guest is Colin Jones.
Yes.
Will be in on WTF Nation Radio.
Mm-hmm.
To everybody else that's on the King M.E's platform, stay tuned.
Thank you.
Thank you. We out, y'all.
Love you, baby.
Love you. Peace.